Hey, Supernatural fans, video on the Hillywood Impala. Yes, this is the original Hillywood Impala that was built by Eric Bates, is owned by Jan Ashmore. And Jan wanted to change some things on the car. When Eric built it, we're not kicking Eric in the nuts or anything here on this one, but there was just some things that were not screwing correct. And Jan was doing an event, I think it was the premiere party back in October. She brought the car down and up in Lawrence, and Jan lives in Oklahoma City. And she brought the car to Lawrence, Kansas for the premiere of Supernatural, the season 14 premiere. And while she had it here, she was like, "Rick, can we just leave the car with you guys so you guys can do these things that I want done to it?" I was like, "Sure." And so we put it in the back in our holding cell till we had a shot to do some stuff to it. And we had to order parts, and these are the things that were done to it. We'll start with the plain simple stuff here. This little panel between the bumper and the grille has been painted the Argent Silver. So there's that. Then the engine was repainted. It was orange, and it has been painted the correct color of black. Now here's the deal. Not all the car's engines on set are black. Obviously Hero 1 is painted red, but every time that the engine has been shown on the show with the small block, it has always been painted black. So we decided to go black with it. We put on new valve covers, new air cleaner, new plug wires, new distributor. We put in headers. Like I said, now these are the correct headers, but we just put the hot jet coated ones because why? Doesn't that look a lot better than rusty old black ones? The car had, when Eric built this car, he did it with a electric fuel pump and electric fans. I don't like that shit, especially on old cars. I like mechanical. I'm a mechanical guy. So what we did, we put in a new flex fan, a radiator shroud, a new radiator. This is the radiator that I always go with because never had any problems with these things. They're just awesome. And for anybody that's wanting to know, they're made by ECP, and they're just an awesome radiator. This thing will not sweat. We updated the suspension. We put the tubular A-arms on, the big sway bars, the steering, the rag joint, all that, and then we put disc brakes on the car. And the disc brakes on this car are not working. It's just, it stops, but it takes it a little bit to stop, so it's kind of scary. And so I've talked to the company that Jan bought these brakes from. They got some new parts out. Dawn believes it's the master cylinder. I think it's the proportioning valve. I think they sent the wrong proportioning valve because this is a disc front and a drum rear, and for some reason I think they sent like a drum or something like that proportioning valve. Don't know. That's just our speculation. So the first thing we're going to do when the parts come in, we're going to change out the master cylinder, see if that does it. If not, then we'll change out the proportioning valve, and hopefully one of those two items is going to get the car fixed. So with that being said, Hilly always sat really high in the front, and when we put in new springs and everything, we did the lowering of the front end, and then we raised the rear. And by the rear, you can raise your rear by taking your lower control arms and moving them to the top bolt hole, and that will raise it probably about 2 inches. And so the car, as it comes back here, actually has a nice little rake. Now, there was I think a Facebook page or something, and people got me involved in it, and they were wanting to know about, the show correct height, blah, 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 all this. Guys, this is not the show correct height, okay? Actually, the car sits a little taller in the front and lower in the rear on Hero 1. I have those measurements. I know what they are, but I do not like it. I think it looks stupid like that. And the reason it's sitting low in the rear is because Hero 1 has air shocks in it, and the air shocks are not aired up. So another thing is when you raise the ass end of the car up, that will also push your front end down a little. And then with us, we always cut on a small block Chevy car. We take a coil and a half out of brand new springs, and that just drops the car about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches, somewhere right in there. And it gives it a nice little subtle rake. And I believe all classic cars, I don't care if it's an Impala, Camaro, Mustang, whatever, they should always have a little bit of a rake to them. Hot rods and muscle cars, classic cars should have a little bit of a rake. Front end should never be higher than the rear, in my book. So with that being said, that has been done. And then I'm gonna come back here. Now Jan's car is still dirty and we've got stuff in it, but her package tray has been done. And we could not do the Hero 1 speaker location because the back glass was still in this car and I just couldn't cut the steel. And then there's the initials are under there. Trust me, I just don't want to pull all this back right now. But the initials are under there. And I'm trying to think what else we've done to this car. Put in some the buttons on the car was missing buttons. Oh, and on the door panels. And then another thing, Hilly had, I don't know, Eric got really like crazy with a buffing wheel or something, but the dash trim here was all polished out. And we decided to put the original brushed stainless aluminum trim in it and stuff. But that is what has been done so far. And we're going to change out the visors. Jan wants some different visors that match the headliner. On Hilly, the visor here is Madrid. I'd call this a Madrid. And you can't get Madrid sun visors from the classic industry or anybody like that because they don't make them for this car. They think they make them for other cars, but not for this one. So anyway, that is what has been done to Hilly to this point. We just got to get her to stop. If we get her to stop, we'll be happy. We've got a new alignment on this one. Every car that leaves here, we get an alignment done on them, so that way everybody can enjoy them. And so that's where we're at, guys, with the Hillywood Impala, waiting on parts. Like we're always waiting on parts. But this is something that we did not expect the car not to stop. That's a little crazy. Well, I've had that problem before, and I think it was on my buddy Jeff LeMay's car, which is now owned by Linda, the Darkness, and it turned out that it was the proportion. No, it was the rod in it. Now, Don said he checked the rod on this one, and it was the proper length, so we alleviated that problem. So we're going to find out, like I said, if it's a master cylinder or proportioning valve. Right now, my money's on portioning valve. And but I do lose bets around here. So, but anyway, guys and Jan, I hope you guys like the update on the Hillywood car. And this thing should handle so much better going down the road and stopping. So it's amazing when you get rid of those original A-arms and go over to the tubular A-arms and just the ride difference. So anyway, there we go. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.